Have you ever wondered why you do some things that you do? It's a very broad statement, I know, but really, when you think about it, everything you do has a purpose coming from somewhere. This is explained by Maslow's hierarchy of needs. After many hours of deep, studious researching, I am somewhat credible to speak on this interesting topic that literally applies to everybody on this planet. I'm here to inform you about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and I'm going to try to put it into simpler terms so that you as an audience can understand it more. First, I'll introduce Mr. Maslow and a little bit on his lifestyle and how he grew up, and then we'll get into his hierarchy of needs and what that all means. According to Saul McLeod in 2014, Maslow wanted to understand what motivates people. He believes that people possess a set of motivational systems unrelated to rewards or unconscious desires. Abraham Maslow was a boy from New York, born in 1908. He was a young Jewish boy in a non-Jewish neighborhood. He was kind of an outcast. Abraham Maslow's parents were extremely abusive towards him. His father was trying to get him to do what he wanted, but Maslow didn't want to do what his father wanted him to do, and his mother was very rude to him as well. He actually never attended his mother's funeral. As life went on, he attended a couple colleges in which he found that he didn't actually like. One was a law college, and one was in accounting, which he dropped out and found that it wasn't for him. He then went on to marry his first cousin, Bertha Goodman, whom he stayed with for his whole life until he died in 1970. Maslow attended the University of Wisconsin, along with many other universities across America, studying psychology and sociology. Dr. Maslow is known for being a great physiologist, but mainly known for his hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs was developed in 1954 and was developed to help explain why people do what they do. William Hewitt explained what Maslow posited a hierarchy of needs based on two groupings: deficiency of needs and growth of needs. It is a pyramidal visual aid that has 5 main concepts. In order to move up the pyramid, you must achieve each layer below on the pyramid. This is my version of the hierarchy of needs. The first layer is labeled as psychological needs. This involves items like food, water, shelter, or in other words, the basic necessities of life. What do you really need to do in order to survive as a human being? The second is safety needs. For instance, why we wear seatbelts in a car. It's so if we get in a car accident, we increase our chances of surviving and not getting hurt. Or another instance is why some people have shitty jobs. Why do they keep going to those jobs instead of quitting? Because they need a paycheck. They need to buy food for their families or for themselves in order to survive. The third level is love and belonging. This basically involves friends, family, coworkers, wives, or children. It explains our need to be social and why we are social. If we weren't social, we would be alone, and constantly being alone leads to problems such as depression and anxiety. So in order to stay sane, we need other people to interact with, to love and care about. Level 4 is esteem needs, and to me this is the biggest one nowadays. It seems like this one's all about what people think about you and how you give off an image towards other people. It seems nowadays everybody cares about what everybody else thinks about them. For instance, Miley Cyrus dressing, acting like a complete idiot, just to get famous or to get viewed as the rebel child. Last but not least is the tip top. And this is what everybody in the world should be striving for, according to Maslow. It's called self-actualization. Self-actualization is, as Kendra Cherry explains it to be, what a man can be and what a man must be. It's the moment when you sit back and relax and realize all that you have and all that you have done and just say life is good. It's basically being the best that you possibly can be throughout your lifetime. So pretty much that's Dr. Maslow, a little bit on his life and his creation on the hierarchy of needs. First, we talked about his life and his family. And then we went on to his hierarchy of needs and how he developed it and sort of what it means. In conclusion, Maslow's hierarchy of needs explains why we do the things that we do, some of the good things and some of the bad things. Sometimes we as humans do things to survive, and other times you're Miley Cyrus and you just really gotta twerk things out.